All right, guys, let's read the objectives. Rob, you want to read the first one?
Right.
Cool. And CRUD stands for anyone? Create, read, update, and delete. All right, so create, read, update, and delete. And let's go to number 2, Alan. Yep, so we'll select star from table. We'll do what, Derek?
Show you everything.
Yep, select star from table will show you everything from table. But let's say you want to show everything from the table that has a favorite food of pizza, right? So if you wanted to do that, you could use a where clause and you filter down to only those rows in the table. Number 3, we'll go to Sandy. Yeah, so if you have 2 tables and you want to do a where on maybe from one table and another table, right? So for example, I want to find all the students who have a favorite food of pizza and have a cat as a pet, right? So the information is in 2 different tables. I have to connect them together, and then I have to use a where from both tables, right? So that's a reason why I would want to do a join. Another reason I would want to do a join is if I want Haven's pets and I wanted Aaron's pets and Juthika's pets, right? I wanted all their pets because they're in different tables. And for Joe,
students will use aggregate functions to dive into analytics about tables.
perfect. Yeah. So in terms of analytics, and I am recording. Yep. And it's like count. You can count the number of rows, count number of rows, sum up an entire row. You can get the average of count the number of rows, sum up an entire column, get the average of an entire column, get the min of a column, get the max of a column, and there should be more. There's another database called Posto. Just delete it. There's another database called Postgres. And it's one of my favorite databases. It was also made here at Berkeley. It's really, really powerful, and it's got a lot more than MySQL has. And it has very, very similar syntax. Why are we learning MySQL? It was in the curriculum, so I'm just going with it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're going to learn everything we can with MySQL, and I'll tell you about the differences of Postgres. It just has a little bit of more features. Like it has like standard distribution, which actually might be in MySQL now of a table. So you could do the standard the normal distribution of a column, right? Has some statistics in it. It's like MySQL, but has more. So why did they pick MySQL for the curriculum? Someone did basically some data analysis and was like, oh, MySQL is listed in more jobs, so that's why we're going to choose it, right? But I mean, if you think about it a little bit, Postgres is better, but it won't matter. 5, Haven.
Since we use group by clauses in conjunction with aggregate functions to learn about analytics about specific column values in our tables.
Yeah, so let's say I want a count of every food group, every favorite food, right? So if I want to see like pizza, 3 people, tacos, 4 people, right? I want to see a count of the favorite foods. right? I could also count the number of pets, like cats, right, and dogs, etc. Right? I can count like any column type, or I could sum up. I could get the average age of someone that likes pizza versus the average age of someone that likes tacos. Cool. All right, so this is the activity. Did you guys need more time, or anyone need a few more? Okay. All right, so let's jump into it. And let me make this /*/. Okay, so let's create the database. Let's go to Alan and Sandy's row. What would I write to create the database? Awesome, create database. And what would you put next? Yep, friends underscore DB. And one more character? Semicolon, perfect. Right, great. So this creates our database. And if you remember from our Google Sheet example, it's like the name of our entire Google workbook, right? And then now we need to do what next, Aaron's row?
Create the first table.
Create the first. So.
Oh, sorry. First, use.
Excellent. Right, we have to connect to it and use and finish it off.
We friends.
Perfect. Right, we have to connect to it because otherwise you'll be in the default database that you get into when you go into MySQL, which is probably test, but depends on your computer. Probably test though. All right, now we'll create the friends table. Let's go to Derek and Judica. But before, I won't make you read the whole thing. I'm going to go into okay, there you go. So what should I change about this table?
Change students to friends. Name is fine. Favorite food is going to be profession.
Great. Excellent. And now over here we have a pets table. So what should I change in the pets table? Let's go to Quasro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't have, what did I do? Pet name and friend ID. So what should I do? Okay, good. And what else? Great. Perfect. Can you explain why you said what you said here?
So the foreign key is the friend ID that you're choosing inside that table, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still also going what that is, but I know the reference is you're referencing the ID from the friends table up there. So again, order 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to reference that the same.
Perfect. Really good. So what Rob said was this column right here, in the pets table is a foreign key, and it's referencing the friends table, right? This table right here, the ID column, this column right here.
Could you call it anything you want?
Keep that one more time. Sorry.
Aaron, don't forget what you just said. I'm gonna write it down so you don't forget.
I'll remember.
Okay, you remember? Okay. All right. What did you say, Joe?
You need just one more time.
Oh, sure, you got it. Totally. So the foreign key, as Rob just said, right, is going to be the friend ID column in this table. Like this is the foreign key, right? When I say foreign key, it means that this column is going to be referencing another column in another table, right? And so we're going to reference the friends table, right? The friends table right here. And then
So foreign key means there's another table similar.
there's another table with linked information.
Right.
With linked information, meaning on this table we're going to have a friend, and then their pet is going to be here, right, in this table right here. And then the ID represents the ID column in this table. How many columns does the friends table have? Alan, Sandy's row? 3, nice, right? 3 columns, ID, name, profession. And let's say, okay, tell Alan and Sandy's row, tell me if this is correct. Insert into friends. Values 1. Is this correct, guys? Yes and no. So good, right? There are parts of this that are correct. What part am I doing wrong? Oh, Phoebe's last. You're right, absolutely. Phoebe, I think it's buffet. I'm probably spelling this wrong. I'll look it up before when I actually do it. But what part do I not need? Guys? The 1 should not be there, and what else should not be there? ID, right? Okay, so you guys removed the ID column from that, right? Right, so over here, wrong. Man, it wants to use Postgres syntax. That's like one difference in Postgres and MySQL. MySQL is like this, and then Postgres is dash dash, make comments. Wrong, and let's see, correct. All right, so why did you guys remove the ID column on line 23? Go ahead. Because it's a key, right? And when I insert line 23, if we ran line 23, what's the ID going to be for the friends table? Like, what's the value of Phoebe's ID going to be? I can't hear you, man. So, what is it? Yeah, the primary key. Like, what's the number going to equal? 1, right? If we insert Phoebe into the friends table, it'll be 1 because it's auto incrementing, meaning we never have to specify the ID. Right? You never specify the ID when you insert into the friends table because we said it's auto incrementing and it's a primary key. So we're going to let MySQL decide what that number is going to be. We're not going to do that. The reason why is because if you decided that and you're inserting like 50 or 100, maybe 1,000,000 rows at the same time, maybe at the same moment, how are you going to determine who's first, who's second? How are you going to determine which number you're going to insert into? And how are you going to guarantee that you're not going to insert duplicate numbers in? Which you shouldn't do if this is like a number that's identifying the row. Right? That's why you let MySQL just handle the insertion of the ID column. Okay. And right here, cool. So now I'm going to do the inserts. Yeah, what's up?
So where you do parameters for ID, you can put anything there, right?
Yeah, you can name, yeah, so good point. You can name these columns anything you want. And you can name the database anything you want to. I'm just going to stick to this convention. The reason why I'm sticking to this convention is because it's very similar to Ruby on Rails. And if you guys want to, I'm going to suggest a book after the class is done, it's a great book. In 2011, I read it. I got a job as a Rails developer and just followed the tutorial. It was easier back then. Now it's much harder. But yeah, so I'm going to suggest a book at the end, and a lot of the things you'll learn in the class will just translate right over to that book because of the conventions we're going to use. All right, so let me just look up friends, IMDb. Rachel Green. And she was a buyer, I think. Monica. And Monica was a chef. And Phoebe, oh, I did spell her name right. Cool. Just gotta caps it. Ross Geller. Wait, hold on. Ross Geller. And he is a paleontologist. They spell that right? Nice. And then we have Chandler. Where is he? Dr. Ross Geller. Data entry, I think, or something.
If you switch to advertising later.
At the very, yeah, we can put that down. Spoilers, right? Not really, not that big. Gunther. Oh wait, Joey Tribbiani. I guess the most financially successful of the friends. Soap opera star. Cool. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said 7, right? Yeah. So Gunther. Gunther. Wow, he doesn't have a last name. Coffee house manager. He was a manager. Yeah. Yeah, cool. And now we have all these friends in the friends table. We got to insert pets, right? So insert into pets was a name, pet name, and friend ID. And over here, do you guys remember what Ross's monkeys? Marcel. And ID would be, what ID would I put in? Go ahead, guys. 3, good, right? Because 1, 2, 3. So the Ross's row ID should be 3. And did anyone else have pets? Well, Joey. Yeah, the chick. What were their names?
Chicken.
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 Chicken. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's interesting because it was both their pets. But we'll just associate it with Chandler. And then duck. Not to be confused with Kristen's cat's name, Duck.
If that happens, would you just list duck twice?
Yeah, because we're just taking the pet name, and we're going to associate with the friend ID.
Yeah.
So, if you have 2 pets named Duck, yeah, then
If 2 people at the same time.
yeah, that's fine too because they have a unique ID. Right, it's like the ID column over here. You can think of it as like a social security number. Like everyone would have a different one, and it's not special, right? Because there's actually a video on YouTube that goes over how to get someone's social security number, right? Because it's not a good. The video goes over why it's not good for security, because you can find if you just look at the hospital that you were born in, that you were born in, you can find other people's social security numbers of the people that were born in the same hospital. And then you can take identities of the people that might have died before you. Yeah, I mean, the video just went over like why it's a bad number to use for identity in the U.S. That's all. And can we fix that?
Yeah, we need to fix that.
We need to fix that. Yeah, I mean it's the reason identity theft, right? But ID is similar to that because it's not a great security measure if you're going to use this to identify pets. And in this case, it's completely fine, right? Because they're not getting social security benefits, right? Or welfare.
Could be a security question.
Yeah, I mean, but here it's fine. But yeah, I'm just kind of like comparing the two. All right, so we have all three. Did I miss anyone's pets? Oh, what was it, Mr. what? Whiskerson? Oh, Mrs. Okay. And then that's one. Is it wrong? All right, let's just look it up. Rachel, friend's pet. Get this right. Okay. Rachel's Green from Friends pet name. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Cool. All right, so I have this whole file now, and let me just go into mysql. All right, so this is the file. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to log into mysql, which is a program, so I have to start it up. So how do I log in? What do I type?
You type mysql.
Mm-hmm. And do Nick's row, help him out. And then my username, so mine's root, and then -p to prompt a password because I have a password. And my password's password because, damn it.
Or is that?
It was password, I just typed it wrong. Yeah. All right, so because I'm in this folder right now, I can do source, that file name, and I don't think I have to put semicolon after the end of this one, and then it runs all the queries inside of it. If you're on Windows, you can do this too, right? The only difference is you have to do source and the full file path. So you can do that too on Windows. All right, so now if I wanted to, I should be in that table because I ran the use command in that file. So let's say I wanted to see all my tables. What command would I see to see all my tables? Show database. I screwed. When you see this, because I put a quote in by accident, then you'll see this quote. This quote right here represents that you started a quote, but you didn't end one yet. So I'm going to just end it and then do semicolon, and then it will give me an error. It's hard to get out of that. You have to close it and then semicolon to get out of it. So let me just do show database. Show table or show databases. Yeah. So this shows all our databases. Show databases. And let me just copy that into here just so we have it. And then if I do use, which table should I go into? Friends_DB, right? And now if I want to see all the tables that I have, show tables. Show tables, and I'll leave this. And now if I want to select everything inside my friends table, Quasro, select star from friends, And now we see everything from our friends table. And now if I want to select everything from a pets table, Sandy's row.
Select star of X.
From pets. Good. So something I do, you don't have to do this. I uppercase any SQL language, any like SQL syntax. I uppercase it. And anything that isn't specifically SQL syntax, I don't uppercase it. Yeah. So you could lowercase select and from. So I could do select star from pets like this. But I'll usually uppercase this one and uppercase this one, so it's easy to tell what's SQL and what's a column name or table name. The star represents every single column in the table. Every single column in the table, that's what it represents. And let's see, what else? Yeah, so let's go over here. And I guess we never went over what SQL stands for. Structured, go ahead. Finish it. Query language, right? Structured query language. And MySQL, it's my structured query language. I mean, it's the name of the database. Are they in the Bay Area? Actually, yeah, Oracle owns them now. Yeah, bastards. Just bought it. Yeah. Yeah, so to run this file, you do source file name. And let me get out of this. Let me get rid of these dashes. Put slash star, star slash. Cool. Yeah, go ahead, Sandy. No, yeah, so when you sign into MySQL, you don't have to be in the folder, but it helps because it helps to be in the folder if you want to use the source command on specific files, right? Because otherwise, you'd have to give the full file path of the file you're sourcing. And Windows users, right? You have to give the full file path if you're going to use source. It's not a big deal though, because you could just copy this code, all this syntax, into MySQL Workbench, and just click the lightning button. And we'll do that today also, right? We'll use MySQL Workbench. Other questions, Rob?
So right now for on the second table where you have the ID, we only have 7 right there, right? So you're able to kind of count and see what Marcel belongs to, Chicken and Duck belongs to, right?
Mhm.
We start getting like 500 people
Mhm.
or items or numbers. We're still gonna have to know.
Yeah, you're always going to have to know the ID of the friend when you're inserting. That's a good point. So star slash, you will always have to know which friend ID to use when inserting into the pets table. Always, no matter what.
So I have to go back to the first table.
You'll have to know that. Yeah. But in reality, you'll have an application and it'll just be a drop down, right? You'll just select which friend. You'll have a form, you have a drop down, and you click on it and it'll say all the friends' names. You click on the friend and the value will automatically be set to whatever ID number that friend is, and then you'll have an input for the pet name for that friend, and you click submit, and then it'll insert that ID of the friend and the pet name right into this table for you. Like that's what we'll eventually get to in the class. Yeah. Yeah. Right now it seems a little unreasonable for you to have to count. Yeah. Questions? Yeah, go ahead. Can you change the current directory of where MySQL is? MySQL should be, if you're on a Mac, it should be in your user folder, but you shouldn't have to go into it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you could do like, let's just say I go up a directory. No, that wasn't up a directory. That was the same directory. Oh man, I thought something bad was happening. Yeah, because if you hear yourself, then I had a dream. Yeah, I just had a dream where I saw myself and I like myself was running away from me, and I was like, in a moment I was like, oh no, it's happening. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm in another folder now, and I do MySQL root-p. Right? Whoops, we're in the wrong folder. Just hit exit. Go to the right folder now. Yeah. And then do MySQL-u root-p. Okay. All right, so let me give you guys this solution so you can go over it. And we're going to do one more activity like this. It's like the best, yeah, Friends is like the best show on Netflix. Could be wrong. With The Office, I don't know, toss up maybe. They're both good. Really? They're taking Friends off? Oh my god. Wow.
After the end of this year.
That's insane.
9 months into it. Or buy another streaming service.
Oh my god. They're all going to.
Getting this error that's telling me that my tables don't exist.
Oh no, let's see. Okay. Oh wait, did I suck? Okay, I just gave you guys a solution. Go ahead, download that and go over it with your partners. Jessica, just give me a thumbs up when you have it. You have it? Okay, so we'll just do 15 minutes. Let's see.
It seems to think that it's also has given me a syntax error fairly frequently. Has to do with the top of the page, like line 1 or line 5 usually. Oh, I'm missing a comma.
Are you? Where? Is that? Oh, yeah, that's probably it. Good job.
Oh, of course.
Good job.
I struggled with that for like half an hour.
Man. Joe, what's your favorite show on Netflix?
I mean, I'm watching a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's the worst answer.
I don't know, F1's pretty intense.
Yeah, well, I saw that.
Start that?
I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, I don't know if I can handle the intensity.
Have you watched Frontier?
What's that about?
That's a fun one. I mean, I'll probably hate it in like a year. But
Mm. What's Frontier about?
The Office, I think, trumps Friends by a lot.
Oh, I said it was like toss up between Office and Friends.
Yeah,
So
I was in The Office. Severely.
a severely okay. All right.
That's just like your
And Friends trumps, or is trumped by Seinfeld
Mm.
by like many more.
But Seinfeld isn't on Netflix though. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, the caveat there. But it's on Hulu.
Ozark.
Seinfeld.
Mm.
Ooh, Big Mouth is a good one.
Big Mouth.
As far as that original is good.
If you don't mind subtitles, there's One Punch Man. That's a really good one. It's about this superhero that can just beat anyone in one punch, and he's like depressed. Yeah, he's like a depressed guy. Yeah, doesn't get any respect really. It's pretty funny.
Narcos is pretty great.
Yeah, Narcos was brutal and great. I was trying to learn Spanish while watching it. Wasn't a good idea. Yeah, moves too fast and they curse a lot. And Duolingo, yeah, that's a better way.
It definitely made me want to learn Spanish.
Yeah, definitely.
They could get someone very good. You should.
Right now we're creating each row. At some point, we're going to write, we're going to do all that for us, right? You wouldn't manually create the table every time.
You would create you manually create the tables. Yeah, and then yeah, you manually create tables always. You don't let the user create their own table ever.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But then after you create the table,
Mhm.
how it gets populated on it.
Yeah, so that would probably be, you would have code around there, and the user would input a form, would fill out a form, and then you would make a request to the server with that information.
Do you put SQL attached to your JavaScript file?
Yeah, in your node file. Yeah.
So it would be like a method that you call that file.
It would be a function that you hit. You would hit a URL, and that URL would basically be parsed by that file, and will hit a function, and that function will determine what to give back to the user. We'll do that week 14. No, week 15. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking in terms of the curriculum, right? So I don't know what current week this is, but we're in week 12. Yeah. Stop sharing for a moment. Hey. Take a look. Okay. Friends does not exist. Okay, let's take a look at your code. You should just leave it. It's easier. Yeah.
Might be missing a copy.
that's what
Copy?
his issue was.
Oh,
A comma, yeah. Let's see.
comma.
And let's see. This looks fine to me.
I was like running around.
Oh, so what's the name of the table? Well, you're inserting into friends, so it should be.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, I think that. Okay, go ahead. Change that. Good. And then your friend ID referencing. Good. And then save that and try. I would delete the database. So drop database friends underscore TV. And then space. Yep, friends underscore TV. The name of the database. We're just deleting it right now. And then you're missing. Perfect. And what was the? How's that wrong?
Database. Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
didn't remember that part. Okay, cool. And now just source that, and then you should be good.
Was it source? Then the name of the
Name of the
file.
file, yeah. So SN.
Was it activity?
Yeah. All right. Let's see. It says unknown column name and field list. Okay, so you said full name, profession, and what you.
Oh right,
Yeah.
right. I was just following along.
Oh,
I
no,
forgot.
no, it's all good.
I forgot I had. Was it shift?
Oh, you could just double click on it, and then Command D a bunch of times, and you're good. Now just delete, or go left, and there you go. Perfect. Save that, and now it should now do the same thing. Drop the database. Run it again. Yeah. You can just do up.
Oh yeah. Well, that was. Okay, now friends database. Got it. There.
Perfect.
And then.
And you can just do up again to do source.
Getting these all
That's all right.
friends, and then do I need a?
Ah, you're good. Yeah. And what is this? Let's see. It's probably. Oh, this one. You were trying to insert into pets, but
Oh,
you didn't
right.
finish it off.
Yeah.
But you should have one. You should have one pet in there.
Okay. I'll just take this one out. Does that look right?
Yeah. Looks solid. And then you can use select star on each table just to check.
To drop it again.
You don't have to. Yeah, you're good. And then you select star.
Oh, select. Sorry.
Mhm.
Start. What am I trying to do?
From friends, just check that table, see if it's good.
Oh, that's the name of the table.
Nice. And select star. Oh, select star from friends. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nice. And then you just do the same thing for the pets table, just to check it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think so. Then the one in yours, because I tried running yours.
Mhm.
I guess you're missing a column.
Oh, was I missing a comma somewhere?
I don't know. I just tried doing yours and I got there, but it's okay. I got mine worked out.
It should work because I ran it on mine and I'm getting errors.
Source O2 dash 1 dash.
You should get an error because I'm using the same database. Oh, and it might not be in that folder.
No, yeah, I moved it.
You moved it?
Oh, it's out.
It's
One.
out?
Yeah. Okay.
So
That
you
might also-
so you could do the sig material. Let's try this real quick. Drop it. There we go. Dot slash. Going up one directory and running it.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay. And then I can do select star. Was it friends?
Oh, you're missing one word.
Oh, from
Nice.
friends. Okay. All right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, once you get the hang of the basic commands, I mean, the rest is like not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get the commands down, there's a lot that you can do, and then comes like once you have those down, then you can solve like a little bit harder problems.
Yeah.
Like once you have these like syntax things down.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks.
No problem. Hey, what's up?
My computer has me registered.
Yeah, I've seen that too sometimes. Here, can I just do this? I think when you put your Wi-Fi, it's automatically logged you in as a. It still thinks you are you. For whatever reason, it's showing that in your terminal. You can change that. Let me see here. You can do sudo if you want. And type in your password. And then just restart your bash. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
It just feels weird.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. I'll send you that command. Oh. 12 readings. Okay, cool. All right, guys, I just slacked out another activity. So we're going to just exercise our create table insert skills again. All right. Yeah. I messed that up, 2 columns. Sorry. Oh, before I start, sorry. I'll give you 20 because it'll take a little bit of time. 20 minutes, guys. Yeah, this is good. It's up and running. You're good. Um, I don't know what your password is. It was either root or password, or you put some. Okay, cool. You're good. Thank you. The one thing though, that password, you're gonna have to inject the files later on. So if it's something that's important, then you should change that. Yeah. So since you're in it right now, you can look up like how to change the password, and there's a run in there to change the password. Yeah. Thank you. All right, this one's gonna be a little fun because we can do some queries, some aggregate queries from this.
TV show called?
Yeah, I screwed that up. There is none. Yeah, sorry. Oh, it would be nice though if you can get the name of the person, but you know what? It doesn't matter. In the ratings table, you could have a name. That was though. Nameson. I'm gonna add that. You don't have to, but I'm gonna add a name. And it'll be cool if you can get real data ratings, right? So if you just don't make it up, that'd be kind of cool. It's not what you think, yeah. Well, you could be one of the people.
Just notice that when we create, this isn't like a plan, I'm just curious. When we create a table, like for example, this text table, for pretty much all of our columns, we included the not null structure parameter. But we only did that for like
Thank you.
secondary.
We should have done that for all the tables. Yeah.
So anything that that row needs to have.
Yeah. This can't be null, and this shouldn't be null, and this shouldn't be null. This shouldn't be null. I guess what we could do is we could say not null, and then we could say default unemployed, and then that way they're guaranteed to have something in there. Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven pointed out something to make this table, to make the friends table a bit. We should have had not null on both these column names, right? Because I don't want someone to be able to insert a record without a name question, right? Because if you don't put not null, then they can just do insert and not specify a name and profession. Sometimes a little weird. We really like to yeah, exactly. So those cases that anyone ask for ratings? Yeah. Try to get real data, right? So like when we do analytics on it, it'll be real. Yeah, 1 through 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Ideally, like you could. Yeah. Like Portland, I don't know, like a 9, right? Cool. Sorry, Sandy. I put a 7. Yeah. And then you could reply for the rating. Oh man, my friend introduced me to Lost during finals week. And I was like, why'd you do this to me? You know what's gonna happen now. It was really good. Yeah, I was like, what's happening? What does it all mean? Yeah, that guy. There was that guy on the show. There's a guy with long hair. Sawyer. Remember Sawyer? He would say that he would have nicknames for everyone. Have nicknames for everyone. I just remember that. It's like you could just call them by their first name. You don't have to say like brown hair. It's like Morty. Yeah, it's hard. It's like we see once we did this, I realized we should have put season. We should have like a seasons table, and then we should have ratings associated with the season, right? And maybe drill down to like episode, right? Because maybe that's a little too much, but seasons, yeah. The Wire, such a great show. Such a great show. It took me so long to do it, but I'm thinking now like we should have favorite characters or man, who's the guy that in The Wire he was the guy who would steal from the drug dealers.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite character. Yeah. He was so good. I mean, to steal from drug dealers who have guns. It's just
not a real character.
It's like with the sawed-off shotgun. It's just like crazy. In Baltimore, where the murder rate was the highest ever, it was just insane. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I haven't watched a lot of these American Horror Story. Yeah, it's so dependent on too.
I want to see it first. I asked. You did? Yeah, you only replied.
There's too many. You know what? You can make up the rest. Just get some data on one. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica. Oh, it's funny. Every about Battlestar Galactica is from The Office. From Dwight. That was a lot. Rob, no, I didn't mean you're wrong. No, I meant This Is Us. It's a really sad one, right? So okay. For This Is Us.
But like when they play it on a commercial break or something.
It's like really out of place. Yeah. Hey, that was one. How many seasons was that? Just one. Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty good. At 3?
No way. Really? Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, you just opened up his world.
Only one was good.
Wait, it's the cat started switching around.
Right, yeah.
They started getting cat shows.
Okay, I must have been informed too, not
Yeah, like when Jane Lynch went to Glee.
Well, actually, I don't even remember that show anymore.
That's Showtime.
It was about kids, right?
Catering.
And it was the guy from Parks.
Right. And he ended up leaving maybe at the first season because he got on the Parks. So the cast
Wow.
switches around a bit.
It is catching.
Yeah, I think I only saw the season 1.
Having a good time. Or are we having a good time?
Usually I used to do commercials. Are we having fun yet or something?
Are we having fun yet?
Party down.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys ever saw 6 Feet?
No, it's on the list though.
So it's so good.
Finale.
And there's this episode that just like I'm like, what just happened? I don't understand. They changed genres of the show mid episode. They just imagine you're watching like Friends and all of a sudden it turns into like a serious harm. It's like completely it's just yeah, it's true. No, don't do that. Yeah.
Really serious.
She's 8.1. Yeah. You can insert more if you want. Yeah. Who needs 3 more minutes?
Yeah.
3? Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's not what I meant. Just like, don't spoil it. Yeah, if you totally do that, you would have to put that in place. So. Oh, yeah, you totally do. So would you do that? Probably just franchise.
Because you're the first time around. I'm just.
I see your file.
Right. Oh, yeah. Basically, just making everything. Yeah, if you want to say,
Need the primary case. Just do 2 more minutes and then we'll go over it. Really? Nice. Good job.
Database using drop.
Mhm. Drops. If you want to add a column, you have to use the alter command. We haven't gone over that yet. All right, guys, we'll go on break and go over right after. 15 minutes. Let's go on break.
Just seeing the table demonstrated. It's very, very. That works. We're good there. Is it already exists? Oh, this is not a character. There you go. I would do what people do. Oh, yeah. In my turn. Yeah, so just probably everything I have. This is wrong. Oh, so this is only one column. Yeah, where else? This is, that's about 60 columns. Do on getting them all.
Hacker, dude, the Hacker Rank, they added a ton of stuff. It's the last time I saw it. They cover basically everything now. Statistics, math, SQL. Hmm. They'll have really hard ones, like really hard ones that will take like maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes on a real test. Sometimes longer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hacker Rank. Yeah, yeah. On a live test, it really depends. Sometimes, like I've had interviews where there's no technical at all. But that was like a solutions architect role and a CTO role. But for like, I've had ones that were just like development, like super hard. All right, guys, let's go over that activity. So I'm going to make a file 043 solution /* put our description in. All right, great. So I am going to go to our solution, copy this one over. No, wait, what? All right. Okay, so we're going to name, delete this also. So what should I change friends underscore DB to? Rob's row? TV shows underscore DB, good. And we'll change this one too, right here. What does line 11 do? Let's go to Nick.
Helps you use the shows database.
So in plain English.
Anything you do, like create tables, it'll apply to that.
Excellent, right? Going into that database. So anything that you do now is going to go into that database. Great. Now we need a TV shows table. I'll just name this TV shows. And what columns go in the TV shows table? ID and TV show name right here. I can get rid of profession. Great. And if you miss the primary key part, it will throw an error. So if you set something to auto increment, it's going to expect you to set a primary key. So you can't have auto incrementing without making it a primary key. And then over here, we're going to have a ratings table. And we're going to have, I didn't require this, but I'm going to do ID name of person and rating. Name of person. And let's see, I'm going to copy this line. Rating. And what should I change friend ID to? TV show underscore ID. So I oralize the table names no matter what. So let's just say the table of goose names, I would name the table geese, right? It's just a Ruby on Rails convention, just so when you go to that book later on, you'll be set for it. So I'll try something here that I haven't done before. I'll set minimum and a max. I'll see if I can easily do that. Set minimum for a MySQL column. Because I don't want there to be a negative value. Okay, looks like there's a check constraint. Check, and I'll do check rating greater than or equal to 0. I wonder if I have 2 of these. Check that rating is less than or equal to. There could be an AND operator that I could use. I just don't know it off the top of my head, so I'll just keep this and see if this works. And over here, we will insert our TV shows. Thank you so much. So TV shows, and what goes in there is TV show name. Nathan for you. You haven't seen that. It's brilliant. You saw it? Yeah. What does that mean?
People eat yogurt that was an emulation of food.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah. Yeah, he just but he drove business. Like
His idea is like
every time he does an insane idea that is ridiculous, it always helps the business.
I love when he gets an argument.
Yeah.
They don't want to take his advice. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
The awkward situation.
Yeah, he'll be like, I went to really good grades. Meanwhile, it's like C's. Yeah, I'll play it one day. So Nathan, for you, we'll do friends. Go ahead. Carrot Bay? Shark Tank. I was like, Carrot Bay. I was like, is that Nickelodeon? Like, I don't know. It sounds like it. Rugrats, that was a good show. Yeah, speaking of Nickelodeon. Doug. Let's keep going. Hey Arnold. What else? SpongeBob. Oh,
Real monster.
Real Monsters. Real Monsters. Like that, right? Yeah. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Salute your shorts. Great. So we got 11 shows. And, oh wait, 6 shows. Okay, whatever. Damn it. I guess I was just wrong. All right, 12. We'll just do 12 ratings. So ratings. And we got name a person. Rating. TV show ID. So we'll do double A, single R.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And rating Nathan for you. 7. Okay. 7 and what else am I?
1.
Oh yeah, 1. Thank you. Right. Cool. And then let's get a rating for Friends Haven. 8. Okay. And that is 2, right? Because that is the second TV show. Let's keep going. List. We'll do Sandy. This Is Us. Haven't seen it. Maricel, you saw it? Yeah. 10. Okay. 10. 3. See, I haven't seen Rugrats in a long time since I was a kid, but it's a 10. It's just a great show. 1, 2, 3. I skipped over Rick and Morty, so Morty's a 10 too, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is anyone Rick and Morty lower than a 10? Okay. Yeah, so yeah? Yeah. Okay. Someone's like Ebony, Shark Tank. What's your Shark Tank rating? 10. Nice. So it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's see. Rob, what's your rating of Rugrats? 7. All right. 6. Joe, rating of Hey Arnold. I mean Doug. Okay. You know what? I think we're good right now. So got the ratings. And let's just run this. And that makes sense because I forgot the dash P part. Control L to clear my screen. You could do Control A, Control E to jump between the beginning and end. And what did I do wrong? Let's see. Okay, it says fail to open reference table friends. That makes, because that's wrong. What should this be? TV shows. Good. And what else did I do wrong? Maybe to fix it. So I'll just drop my database. TV shows _DB. Rerun that command. TV shows _DB dot TV shows doesn't exist. Looks like I did something wrong. There we go. Round 2. All right, looks like that worked. Cool. So how do I see all the tables, Derek? Jessica? Select star shows me all the rows in a table, show tables. Nice. All right, show tables, and then now go ahead, Jessica. How do I select TV shows? Good. Select star from TV shows, and let me write this down in another file. 3 analytics.sql. Select star from TV shows. Select star from ratings. This will get us every column from what table? TV shows table, from the TV shows table. And I wish there was a mysql package. Damn it, that didn't do it. Nope, I'm stuck with this situation where my comment does not work. From the ratings table. Okay, so now let's switch it, right? So let's say from the, I don't want, I just want name of person and rating, right? I just want name of person and rating, the ratings table. So I would do name of person, comma rating, good. Right, so this will get us the values for the name of person column and the rating column from the ratings table right here, right? Select name of person, comma rating from ratings right here. So let's run that command. Well, I'll do select star from ratings first. What'd I miss? And everything's wrong, yeah. So select star from rating and then semicolon. Right, so that gets us all the ratings. If I do select name a person, rating from ratings, what did I miss? Semicolon, right? Now I only see name of person and rating, right? So you could limit the number of columns that show up. Here it's not useful, but if you had 50 columns, it's pretty useful to kind of limit what they see. All right, so here, right? So what we can do is we can order the table to get us the highest rated TV show, right? So we could do select star from ratings, order by rating, semicolon. So now it's ordering the rating, right? But it's going in ascending order, meaning the highest is first, right? So let's just write that down. By the lowest is first. Thank you. This will get us the values for the name person column, the rating column from the rate roll, and will order the rows by the rating column sending value. Meaning the lowest will be first. And this is one way of writing this. And there's another way of writing this. You could do AS to stand, it stands for ascending. So if I do ascending, right? Select star from ratings, order by rating, and right here. And now if I just change that up slightly, instead of ascending, I do the SC, stands for descending. Then it goes highest first. Right here. So let's just write this. I think this is the only way of writing that. And this will get us the rows by the rating column in descending order, meaning the highest will be first. Off the top of my head, I don't know how it's determining which one to order it by first. I guess it's ordering by the ID column, right? If it's a tie, you might be able to customize that by doing, I'll just do this on 2 lines, order by rating, comma, let's just say name of person. So all of a sudden, oh wait, sorry. Order by rating, descending order, comma, name of person. There we go. Does that do it?
Yeah, because the, for ratings that are the same, the later first letter of the alphabet is first.
Yeah, I think it was doing the name in descending order. Yeah, so yeah, I guess it's weird. I wanted to descending, maybe if I did name of person, comma, rating. Ugh. What? How is this possible? Select star from ratings, order by rating, descending, name of person, comma. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, not completely sure why it's doing this. But if you just put rating, then it would do descending order. Right, so 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, but you can put multiple columns in there to kind of customize to further drill down. Didn't work the way I thought it would. All right, so we got now we can order the columns now, right? And we can do a where. We can do a where. So let's do select star from ratings where rating is greater than or equal to, let's say what is, take a look at our data. We have, let's do 9 or above. Right, so these are all our ratings that are 9 or above now. Get all the ratings that are 9 or above. And now let's get all the ratings that are 9 or above. Do we have anyone here inserted twice into the database? No, I have not. So let me insert more. Insert into ratings, name of person, rating, TV show, underscore ID, values, Haven. What did you rate? 8. Okay, give me Nathan for you. Have you watched it? Yeah. 9. Cool. So that's kept here. I'm gonna just copy and paste it in. Great. Now what I'll do down here is we'll add another operator. We'll do where rating is greater than or equal to 9 and name equals Haven right here. So now I can drill down to just Haven and all the ratings that are greater than or equal to 9 be selected. So let's write. Unknown column name. How did I screw that up? Name of person. Let's do that. There we go. These are all his ratings that are 9 or above right here. And maybe I could change that up. Name of person. What was your other? 8? Okay, we'll do 8 or greater than or equal to 8. There we go. All right, all the ratings that are greater than or equal to 8, and his name is Haven. And you can keep adding in these Booleans. You can also add an or, right? So where name and name of person is Haven. Or name of person is Aaron. Ah. Okay. Just trying to come up with things that return accuracy. There we go. All right, so we can drill down further and further and filter down over here. Now, there's more that we can do. We can do aggregate queries. So over here, this isn't going to be that great, but we can do count star. Sorry, select count star. I try to do all the SQL specific text in caps so it's easier to read. From, let's do TV shows. So I added 11 TV shows, right? So it just counted the number of rows. Aggregate queries. count the number of rows in the TV shows table. What's up? What happened? Okay. And then let's do, you could just do the same method a few different times. So select min rating from the ratings table. And this is our lowest rating. This is the lowest rating in the ratings in the rating column for the ratings table right here. And you could do max also. Lowest rating in the rating column of the ratings table. Lowest value in this column. And same thing here, highest value in the rating column. So we'll do max. That's 10, right? We remember that. 7 and 10 were the lowest. And right, so we can also do an average, and I think it's AVG. And this is a sum. Doesn't really make that much sense here, but you can do it. This is our average rating for all of our ratings right now. And we could change that up to do sum. Right, so 70 is the total sum of all of our ratings if we added them together right here. So that's kind of boring, right? But we can, if we just change this up a little bit, we can get some cool analytics. So here is a group by with aggregates, with an aggregate. We could do select star from ratings. We can group by the TV show underscore ID. And then we can get the average rating and the TV show underscore ID. So I'm going to get the average rating. I'm going to show the TV show ID, right? From the ratings table. I'm going to group by the show ID. So what this is going to do is get me the average rating for each TV show, right? The average rating per each TV show. So if we look at here, we don't really have many repeats, but Haven rated Nathan For You a 9, and then Aaron rated Nathan For You a 7. So what's the average from there? 8, right? So we should see for the first one, and then for the rest of them, it should just be whatever number was in there. We have only one rating for each other TV show. But so let's take a look at what this will return us. Right, so on the first one, the first show, it has an average rating of 8, right? And the rest, it shows us the average rating per TV show, right here. Now, you could change this up a little bit, and it's interesting, right? Instead of average, you could do the max rating, right? The max rating ever for each TV show. And it would be interesting if the max rating for a TV show, TV shows that had, let's say you had 1,000 people that rated shows, right? And then it would be interesting to see what the max rating was per each TV show, and then filter out the ones that don't have at least 110, right? Because if they don't have one person that thinks it's a 10, I don't think it's a good show. Right, so these were the max ratings for each show. That's really smart, right? So that's what we'll do next, right? We have to link this table with the TV shows table because the TV show name is a table, the TV show name is in the TV shows table. So that's where we have to link the tables together, right? And Rob said it perfectly, right? Because we would have to just memorize what the names are and constantly have to go check, right? And that's not great. It's if we can just list the names right here. With something with a group by that you have to do, you have to list, obviously you have to like put the column name in a group by, right? So the reason why we picked TV show ID here is because like I want the max rating per each TV show, right? Or I want the average rating per TV show. So that's why I put TV show underscore ID here. And if you put something here in the group by, you have to include that column up here. You have to. It will throw an error if you. And these are things that you don't have to. The great thing about SQL is it's just going to tell you it's wrong, and it's not that big of a deal. Most of the time, I'll write a query wrong maybe 15, 20 times, and then I'll get it right at the end. And all of that probably takes like 10 minutes, right? Because you just run it, you look at the query, you're like, oh, well, that was off, right? And then I take notes on my queries also, because it's just hard to, these are pretty simple, right? But if you do one that's like really long eventually, you want to take some notes on it so you don't have to like redo that thinking process again. So let's change this up a little bit. We'll do one more. This is wrong. Max rating equals. You have an error in your SQL syntax, check the manual, right? Where max rating, and you can't use where on an aggregate function. You can't use where on an aggregate function. So here, let's write that down. This is wrong. You cannot use where on an aggregate. And over here, this is correct. And I have to look up how to do this. I forgot. It's not where, it's something else. So I'm going to just do a quick Google search. Do a where on an aggregate. mysql. And I think it starts with an A. Okay, filter on the aggregate column. Function mysql. Having. I think that was it. Okay. I think that was it. Wrong. No. No. Okay. There we go. So we can filter down on that max aggregate right now. So I'm getting the max rating per each TV show, and then I only want to list the show with the max rating of 10, right? Over here. So if I want to do filter on the aggregate, I have to use the word having. I can't use where. Where is only for column, not for aggregate functions. Okay, let's put that over here. And let me send you guys this file, and then the next thing we'll do is learn how to link the table. You guys will learn everything about SQL at the end of these 2 weeks, like everything. What do you mean? Is that a joke? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. That was really good. Dude, that's if you just wrote that on LinkedIn, you'd probably get like less because it's a very or it could be a Reddit thing too. And like maybe a job in like SQL or Reddit subreddit. Did I slack it out? We can go over schemas. So Josh, when you make a database, you automatically have a schema. So we can go over when to have multiple schemas. Star schema, I'm not familiar with that term, but I could look it up. You'll have a default schema whenever you make a database. And situations where you want to make another schema. I forget when you would have to do that, though. I generally never did that. All right, what were you saying? Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Nick, just give me a thumbs up when you've downloaded 053 Analytics. Nick? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, let me delete this one. This one, right? 04? Yeah. Okay, cool. Nick, you got it? Oh, yeah, so 05. You can download 05. Yeah, it's in general. If you scroll up just a little bit, it's right here when I'm highlighting. Okay. Before we get started going over that, Juthic is doing this SQL, all these SQL factors on HackerRank. So if you want to, this is something I recommend after you finish the class, but if you can get into the habit of doing it now, that's phenomenal. So if you want to read the SQL we're going to learn, then definitely go on HackerRank. It's great for interview prep. They actually have a complete interview prep class in there, but they have a whole SQL section. So if you want to sign up there, and if you want to group collaborate on that, please do so. It's a great site. They also sometimes have challenges that you and then you get an interview, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we'll do 10 minutes. All right, so that file, I want you to try those where clauses. Maybe you try your own where clauses, right? Try your own aggregate. Buy one class at a time. Right? So sometimes people go crazy. They'll buy like 10 classes, and it's like, you don't have time to do classes. Just do one. Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you know, some people have different ways of explaining things, and it's always good. But I think the New Boston, I would always use the New Boston, because I've always found that the New Boston explains things better than most people can, and it's also free. So I would always try to leverage New Boston, but he doesn't go over everything. So there's like tons of classes on there.
What is it? The New Boston?
Yeah, the New Boston.
There's five classes.
What is that exactly?
Would you say, Kit?
Fun.
Fun functions.
Yeah.
That's another YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right here. I slide this out in the resources channel, I think. There's a MySQL one. What the fuck is a database? Yeah, the New Boston's been teaching code since 2010. It's a long time. Yeah, his JavaScript videos are really good because it's like each video is like a minute to 2 minutes long, which is, and he just does it like very simple, which is nice. I think Bucky's a nice name.
Yeah, he goes a little.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, what does he say? Pretty funny. Yeah, I haven't gone through the JavaScript. I saw some of his JavaScripts, but he has like an entire PHP thing, and that's how I like learned. I tried learning PHP from like books and lynda.com, and it was like it's not really gelling. And then I got this one book. I learned a lot from it and watched his videos, and I was like, I get it. Yeah. I highly encourage you guys to sign up to HackerRank. Yeah. Also considering it part of the homework. So maybe you can just get a head start doing it now. It gets very hard. Yeah. It gets really hard. Yeah. Yeah, I had one student, he did not have a degree, and he just did HackerRank problems like crazy, and he got a top like 5% of HackerRank users, and he got a job at Uber. Yeah. So it just shows you that if you just practice a ton, they'll overlook not having a degree, which is it's pretty wild, right? And he's in the Bay Area, so if you want to talk to him, just let me know. I'll try to get in one day. Did they make the bracket even for the March Madness?
No, because they still needed the transfers.
Is that when does that end? End of the week?
Selection Sunday is
Sunday.
Yeah,
Man,
Sunday is when you can start.
that sucks. Because I wanted to make a holiday off of March Madness. Maybe I still can. Yeah, maybe I still can. Yeah.
You know, it is
Yeah. So I don't want to do have because it's kind of boring and too simple. So we'll do. I'm gonna change it up.
we'll get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it to you by today. I'm gonna try to get it to you by today. Last Saturday, what was due? The one you did in class and Larry Bob, right? So it was the advanced job. It was like number 9, advanced JavaScript. You all should have submitted that, and you'll all get good grades because we did it together. But the previous one, Larry Bot, was due on that Saturday. Here's the thing: you're not going to be late for any of them because you all submitted your GitHub profile for all of them. So, and the reason why we're doing that is because for whatever reason, they don't let us update anything anymore, so we can't. The intents, they have a lot of data here on Kaggle. I'll check this out. All right, guys. So now we'll work our way to linking 2 tables together, right? So first thing I'm going to do is show you guys how to make a shortcut. So let me go back over here. Ratings, name of person. Select star from ratings, right? So this, what does this query do, Nick? It's select the columns from the ratings table. Good. So over here, I would do, if I did name of column, name of person, what does this do, Kwa? Yeah, return, it gives a column name of person from the ratings table, right? It gives us the entire column for name of person in the ratings table. So so this is one way of writing this. One way of writing this. Right. Another way right here. So what I did here is I gave the table ratings a shortcut of R, and then I can refer to the ratings table as r.nameAperson. Now this looks very useful, and it's not useful right now because you don't need it. Right? We have only one table. When you have multiple tables, you do need it, right? Especially multiple tables have sometimes the same column name, right? And they will, right? They'll have ID, and that'll be the same. So you have to refer to, you have to say which you're getting the column from, right? So this is how you just do a shortcut. You just put something to next of it. If I did A, it would be A dot name a person, right here. It's whatever I want the shortcut to be. Yeah, you could think of it as global. Yeah, it's kind of weird because when you first look at it, think, oh, is it happening top down? It's not really happening top down. You could think of this first, right, and then this happening last, right? So this shortcut's kind of established, and you can use it up at the top.
Is it called a card or is it called
Alias, sorry, an alias. Right. So another way of writing this with an alias. Now, you can also rename columns. Seven. Change the way columns appear, not rename them. We're not changing them. We're not updating the column name. We're just changing the way they appear. So I could do as name. Right here, and this will change what it appears as. So let's copy this into our console. And it's not name in person, it's a name now, right? Just how it appears. Right, two things that are helpful to understand, right? We can give alias to our table and refer to columns from that alias. We could also alter, not alter either, because alter is renaming. Damn it. We can change the way the column name appears when people see the results. Yeah, sorry. All right, so now we'll link up two tables together, right? Linking two tables together. Select star from ratings, right? That gives me all the ratings, but it's a TV show ID, right? So first I'm going to do R. I'll do R dot star, right? And that's how I get all the columns from the R table, R dot star, right? And with this. Now, this is something we haven't done before. I'm going to do left to join. Right? Go into this more on Saturday. What day is today? Thursday? Okay, sorry. Left join R dot TV show I underscore ID. I'm sorry, I did this wrong. Left join R ratings. No, left join TV shows. On r.tv show ID equals, give this a shortcut, t.id. So what I'm saying here is I'm linking the ratings table with the TV shows table, and I'm just saying which column they both, right? Remember that column we said reference, right? I basically put the reference column in. So TV show ID is referencing the ID column in the TV shows. I mean, the ratings table has a column named TV show underscore ID that is referencing the ID column in the TV shows table, right here. So I do this, and now I'm linking the tables together. So if I do r dot star, r dot ID as rating ID, comma, r dot rating, comma, t dot ID as TV show ID. Comma T dot, what was it, name? TV show name. Right here. So now let's try this. What did I do wrong? From ratings R, unknown table R. Oh, I screwed that up. Thanks. So now, this is what we see now. Rating ID, rating, TV show ID, TV show name, right? So for Nathan, for you, we have a rating of 7, right? For Friends, we have a rating of 8. This is us, we have a rating. We could also rearrange the columns so the TV show name comes first, because it's easier to understand. There we go. So Nathan, for you, 7, Friends, 8. This is us, 10. Nathan, for you, 9. It's doing this for each record, right? Each record. So Haven rated Nathan, for you. Aaron rated Nathan, right? They both rated it. So that's why we see 2 ratings in the table. This is how we link the tables together right here. And we'll go over this more on Saturday, right? Much more on Saturday.